So I was cleaning out my Google Drive today, and boy, that's interesting. It's very interesting. So many throwbacks, but what's really interesting, the most interesting about it, is how I've kind of been in the same state for a long time. I was going through and there's a lot of stuff there. There's, blog posts I'd written, drafts, back in the Simple Programmer days. There's so many diet and workout plans, oh my God. And some of them are labeled my current diet plan or my new workout plan, right? So many documents of my goals, what I want to achieve, and so much of that stuff. But what was really interesting, I think, is just that, I was going back through and I saw this letter that I'd written, basically this blog post back in the Simple Programmer days when I first went to Europe for 3 months, and I was planning on coming back to Simple Programmer and just being like excited to work. And I was talking about in that blog post how I was basically just not motivated, didn't feel good about anything I was doing, and didn't want to do the stuff. And I was like, man, John, are you fucking serious? Because this is what you always complain about, man. Like, you're always saying this for such a long time. It's like, why are you actually doing what you're doing? It's a good question. Again, some people will say, John, stop whining about this stuff. But I'm just sharing with you my thoughts, because it's not like I don't have solutions for it. But the thing is, like, you have to put all the pieces together to really understand what's going on. And that's what I've been kind of trying to do. And I think I am actually getting it at this point, right? I'm just not obsessed, because when I look back, it was like, man, my meal plans and my diet plans, they were so strict. They were so strict, and it was like so calculated. And I used to get so upset at myself because I didn't execute on it perfectly, or I couldn't keep executing on it perfectly, even though I made massive progress, right? I mean, I transformed my physique, I ran marathons, I did all these things, but I never could really reach what I really wanted to reach. And it's funny because my daughter was reading this book by Tara Brach called Acceptance, or what's it called? Unconditional acceptance. No, it's not unconditional acceptance. It's like, I can't remember. It's acceptance something, but it's one of those kind of mindfulness books on basically self-love and acceptance. What is it called? I can't. It's like a very Buddhist, type of philosophy book, but I'm sure I'll remember it at some point. But I don't know why I can't remember. But anyway, the point is, in the book, she quoted something to me, and she was like, yeah, she said, don't stop being happy with yourself or unhappy with yourself, and just start being happy, or stop. And I think that's basically what it was, right? And I was like, shit. I was like, shit. Like, it made me, I almost had to stop for a minute, because I was like, damn, like, yeah, like, there you go. You want to describe me in a nutshell, it's being happy with myself or unhappy with myself, right? And it's like, instead of just being happy. And it's a tough thing. It's not easy. It's not easy to admit that, but it's not easy to do that, to be that. Because I realized that it's like, man, I'm just putting so much pressure on myself to do these things, and it's like, I'm doing the things, I'm not enjoying the things. Not to say that I don't ever enjoy the things, right? But it's more when I have a purpose behind what I'm doing. Like, I mean, recording this video, I feel like, yeah, there's a purpose behind this. I'm trying to communicate this message because it's an important message, right? So, sometimes I get into that mode where I'm just like doing, and I don't even like what I'm doing, but why am I doing it? And if you really examine why am I doing it, it's exactly that, right? It's because I want to be happy with myself, or I want to not be unhappy with myself. And if I'm not accomplishing the things, not at 8% body fat, or, making sure I don't ever miss a workout, or eating the perfect diet, or, never missing a day of YouTube videos, then I'm not happy with myself. And I'm trying to do the things that will eventually make me happy with myself, but none of them really kind of get there. You know what I mean? No matter how much I do it, I never quite get there. And that's a problem. That's a real problem, right? Instead of just being happy. And so it's like, But I've been practicing more to just kind of be happy, like to, and it's almost like I'm letting things go to shit. And that's almost scary, right? And there's probably, extreme to this, but I'm actually working and I'm doing a lot of work. It's just not, it's not the work that I should be doing, right? Like I'm cleaning up my Google Drive. Why? Well, every business coach and every one of my entrepreneur friends would say, don't do that, John. That's like, you're wasting your time. Like just forget about that. Like do something that's productive. That's actually like good. But the thing is, I'm doing it because I want to do it, because I enjoy doing that. And because I want to have a clean environment and space, and it will organize my mind. And so I'm going a lot more with what my gut is. Not to say that I'm not going to have specific and focused goals. And again, I did videos on this, so I'm not trying to contradict myself here, but there's some things I need to take care of and do because I want to do them. It's almost like I have to break out of that robotic mode that I had gotten myself into, where I was just doing things and I lost track of the, and I still don't really have hobbies or passions. I lost that a long time ago. Like I still cannot get back to that kind of a normal. And the weird thing about it now is that I want to, you know what I mean? But now I can't, almost, right? Because it's like, I do have financial obligations now that I have to, like, it's not just coming in. the cash. So I've got to be smart about what I'm doing. But again, in some respects, I'm wasting time cleaning up my Google Drive. Next is going to be my Dropbox, my Evernote, and all that stuff. But once I have that stuff done and sold the excess computer equipment, I'll feel like in a clean space. And then I can really start going on some of these things. But it's just interesting. It's interesting going through that stuff and seeing who you were. And I've got a catalog. I can go back many years, and I've got episodes of my Mastermind Entre Programmers and my YouTube videos from back then. I can see the guy that I was, and it's scary how time passes and how much, it's like, shit, I was looking at a photo and I was like, oh, this jacket that I have. And I was like, shit, it's 7 years old. I still think in my head that it's a semi-new jacket, but it's 7 years old. My jeans that I have, I'm like, oh, these are my new jeans. No. They're 8 years old, my friend. So, yeah, I don't know. That's just an interesting, like the technology, I guess it's not just the technology, but when you look back and you reflect and you see those things, it's pretty interesting. So this video is a bit of a ramble. I get it. It's fine, but anyway, if you want to support me in what I'm doing and you want to join a bunch of guys that have the Bulldog mindset and want to improve themselves, and you want to get tons of lessons on how to do that, how to improve all the areas of your life, all the transformation lessons I've learned over the last 10 years or more, click the link down below. There's a link to join the Bulldog Mindset membership. Check it out. You won't be disappointed. All right, until the next time, I won't say it build tomorrow because I don't know. Maybe it will, maybe it won't.